This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go corrupt. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. This is where we have the discussion and everyone have their own opinion on issues. Gentlemen, welcome to Bottomline. How you guys doing? Jamal, Francis, and Padoli.
I would say welcome. I want greetings from Manchester, United Kingdom, to all those who join us tonight on the borderline. I would say, want you to stay with us. Please subscribe and always be part of the show. We also want to say, wherever we are in Liberia, in Europe, in America, please join the show. Be part of this show tonight.
Right. Francis, what say you?
Well, I'm happy to be here this evening. All is well, and it's always a pleasure, being here with you guys, as we delve into international and our local, our international and our Liberian national issues. So, yeah, let's get started and let's ask our viewers to share this show. It's going to be interesting tonight. Yeah. So
Definitely. Viewers kindly share the show. And for those of you joining us, we want to say welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Padoli, what say you? How you doing? Padoli, are you with us? Are you with us? Can you hear us? So while Padoli trying to adjust his system, gentlemen, today we want to ask all of you to kindly share the show to our followers. Kindly share the show. We'll be looking at a lot of interesting topics today, internationally and locally. When we say locally, that means Mama Liberia. So, Jamal,
Yes.
locally, what you have for us? What's on the local news? And then we'll dive into
tonight
the
tonight we'll be looking at 3 major newspapers in Liberia, and we'll be taking up key highlights. First, we'll be looking at the issue of torture. They were tortured. This is a story about those being accused of allegedly accused that they are in prison, Liberia, in a major central prison, Monrovia. Those arson attack corporates, they are in court. The newspaper reported the court have identified that they were being accused. They've been tortured. So we'll be looking into that. What do you think when the prisoners are tortured? What are the consequences? And this thing. So we'll be getting our views for our panelists. What do you think about that? We'll be looking also into the president's recent visit in the United Nations. He was speaking at the United Nations. The president announced ambitions of $8.3 billion agenda to be set up in Liberia. Those are things we're looking at and how the president going to go about it. We don't know the details. Probably people will be sharing the details of what tonight. And on the last one, that we'll be also looking at another political politicians. One of the political party ANC leaders been going around from rehab centers talking about drugs, how the government can help to prevent the misuse of drugs, the drug crisis in the country. So Mr. Benedict Cummings has been on the front line this weekend in Liberia talking about how the government can get involved to stop the misuse of drugs in the country. So those are 3 major news headlines from the analyst, the Oracle, and the New Dawn newspaper tonight. That's from the local front. Paul, back to you. Paul, do you hear me? Paul is frozen. Right. While we're waiting Paul to adjust, these are the news. Paul will be telling us much about.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
You are frozen. You are still frozen, Paul. You're not coming through.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
Right. Am I coming through now, gentlemen?
Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah. So I say, what about the arrival of George Weah to Liberia that became very interesting yesterday? Is it on the agenda for tonight as well?
Yeah, definitely. We'll be talking about the arrival of former President George Weah into the country, and what getting a lot of news and new attentions, a lot of attentions in the country. So we want to know why is it up to President something's not right, or what is it we want to know. So we'll also ask the panelists to give their view. If you're also out there, share with us what you think the arrival of President George we are into Liberia. All about there was a chaotic scene yesterday in Monrovia at the airport, at the Liberia International Airport.
Great.
We
So
run video on that. Or I think there's a video clip on that. We'll be rolling that video as well.
Great. So we'll ask our audience to kindly share the show to now be very interesting. We'll be looking at internationally. We're going to focus on the United Nations. Why is it that we've been on this program, especially me, I've been advocating why is it the correlation of the waiting have not put pressure on Israel. But then founder of the coalition of the waiting have done something dramatically by recognizing Palestine as a state. We'll be looking at that on the international scene. And then we'll also look at Donald Trump, this guy who is now making a lot of headway. He accused he going after Europe now. What's going on with President Trump? His allies against him when it comes to Gaza, so he's now pointing finger at Europe. So, gentlemen, let's get the ball rolling. We'll start the show. And let's say President Macron of France and other European countries decided enough is enough. But I don't want to talk much on this. Let's listen to President Macron first, and then we can have our view. The clip is very short, so we'll listen to President Macron on this one.
Nothing, on the contrary, everything demands that it be brought to a definitive end now, if not sooner. I declared that France today recognizes the state of Palestine. Ladies and gentlemen, heads of state and government, ladies and gentlemen, we are here because the time has come. The time has come to free the 48 hostages held by Hamas. The time has come to stop the war, the bombings in Gaza, the massacres, and the fleeing populations. The time has come because the emergency is everywhere. The time for peace has come because we are just moments away from no longer being able to seize it. That is why we are gathered here today. Some will say it's too late, others will say it's too soon. One thing is certain, we can no longer wait. We know at the end of our history that the commitment to universality and to peace is the legacy of past centuries, as the condition for salvation. I affirm this in the name of our friendship with Israel, to whom our commitment has never wavered, and also in the name of our friendship with the Palestinian people, for whom we want the original promise of the United Nations, that of two states living side by side in peace and security, to become a reality.
Gentlemen, to our audience, this is long overdue that finally European nations that have backed Israel for over 70 years have finally come to this thing to recognize Palestine as a state. It happened before. They only talk, but there was no action. But because of the war in Gaza, they decided, you know what, we have to do something because the annexation that is taking place, if we don't do something, they will kick the foot up. Gentlemen, what say you? I will start with Padole, Francis, and then Jamal will end on you, Jamal. Padole, what say you? France, Britain, Canada, Australia, all of these big countries now, apart from America, they recognize Palestine as a state.
Yeah, we expect this from time to time, to be honest. We expect this to happen because, enough is enough. I think you heard what the French president said. Say enough is enough. And he has come to a time that this action should be taken. When somebody put your knee on the people's neck continuously and they soon remove the knee, then people will get concerned. That's what's happening now. Those that were supporting Israel for the wrongdoing, they realize that whatever he's doing is not correct. So And they talked to him Indo, he didn't listen. He tried to challenge them. And that's the reason why they came publicly today, including England. All of them have come out. All the powerful countries in the world have come out to say, look here, enough is enough. America alone will not be able to do anything. So long England, France, Germany, Norway, and all the important countries in the world taking their action, including this place there, Australia. I think the deal is done. That's what I can say.
Padoli said the deal is done. Our viewers, kindly drop your comments on this. Jamal,
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Paul.
the big countries, I'm not talking about the big five of the Security Council, the big five of the Security Council. 4 of them also agree with the recognition of Palestine as a state, apart from the United States. Talk to me, my brother. What say you?
Paul, this is like my colleague says overdue. The people of Palestine should be celebrating from the 22nd of September on Monday to say they have a statehood. 80% of people in our nations have agreed that they support them. I mean, there are countries that they recognize, including, I'll tell you probably I'll call you countries that I know of: France, Belgium, Monaco, Luxembourg, Malta, and they also have Canada, Australia, Portugal, and many others. These countries have recognized today. I mean, it has the coincidence is with the conflict in Gaza. It's so important that the people of Palestine need to have their own state. The only country that is really vehemently opposing the statehood of Palestine is the United States and Israel. But now, the question is, I hope it's not by words. You should only by support them by deeds. Support them at all angles. Together, they could have their statehood. This is long overdue. You know, from the age of countries that go to the United Nations, we want the Palestinians to have 2 statehood. This has been talking, we want it to happen, but today they want to recognize it as a state. It's an important day in the history of the world. It's an important day in the history of Palestinian people. I think it should be celebrated, Paul. And with the Western countries that have declared the support of the state of Palestine, should also support them with all possible deeds to make sure the state of Palestine exists. And the government, they should put a functioning government in our country. And the people should live a normal life, Paul. I think we should all celebrate for the people of Palestine with them.
Yes, Jamal, I agree with you absolutely, because what happened yesterday in France, the mayor of France raised the Palestinian flag as a symbol that they recognize it. In the UK, the embassy of Palestine was open yesterday with the flag being put up. So these guys, I think they mean business. And France said that they're going to lead the charge in terms of rebuilding, even militarily, and police is left with. And Mahmoud Abbas spoke yesterday that they're going to have a new election after the ceasefire in a year. So that is what goes on. So the focus today now is the UN. That is the focus. And we should all say thanks to those countries that denied them before. Francis, what say you?
Look, Paul, this has been long overdue for the fact that you said it right. You know, these countries that actually recognize Israel and illegitimized the Palestinians are now coming to recognize them as a state. But this is not the first time it happened. It happened in 2014. I think 2011, 2014 it happened at the UN, and nothing happened. So it's my hope that this is not just symbolic. It's my hope that the allies, especially Europeans, can put more pressure on them, like sanctions and banning them from European activities, because they cannot participate in anything globally. So will be a good thing that the European countries put more pressure on them and probably start to put boots on the ground that will threaten them as well. Go put on the ground like what they did in Afghanistan. If our people on the ground, if you shoot them, I mean you're attacking the European Union. So at least that would be a way forward. But I think the whole thing it relies heavily on diplomacy. And the wars to all this recognition will mean nothing if no concrete actions are taken.
Yes, Francis,
Yeah.
I agree with you because the way things are, they shouldn't recognize and not do anything. They should recognize and do something. So now they should put more pressure on their ally America, particularly that being the blockage in the whole thing. So they need to put more pressure on America. Is it possible, Jamal and Padoli, for American allies to actually silence America for once? Is it possible? Because it seems to me that they all suck to America. Is it possible now that, look, we in it together when it comes to NATO, we back each other, but coming to this one, if you don't want to accept this is what we'll do. Is it possible?
Yeah. Let me throw light on this one or two things here. The step that the Western country took in this manner, it have never happened before. Like what Francis said, he did it before. That was a recognition having ambassador at the United Nations, but not to be recognized as a two-state, Palestine and Israel. So the step that the European Union have took now is grievous, and I believe that there's no turning back on this thing here. So basically, we hope that whatever they are doing, they start making a preparation, like what Francis just said, that to put the boot on the ground, when they have their administrators on the ground to help the Palestinians to restructure their life, I think that will give some leverage to the total recognition of this particular issue. That's what I can say.
Hi, Francis.
But you want to work?
No.
Jamal? Jamal?
Yeah, you see, yeah, Paul, there's a there are a lot of efforts being made. Yeah, to revive this two-state solution in the Middle East. It has been going for years, more than 2 decades. Efforts were close to the point where you see, if you remember, Bill Clinton, with the
Yasser
Jordanian president.
Arafat.
Yeah, it's Yasser Arafat with the Jordanian president, late Jordan King, and many Arab countries and also the Western countries being involved in having these negotiations. Great leaders have spoken about this two-state solution, living together. Even the former president, the wife, Hillary Clinton, was one of the person who was advocating for this. But to the level like a president coming out at the United Nations in New York yesterday on Monday to declare that we today recognize the state of Palestine. The only countries that have been trying to do that, I think it was Liberian president, late William Aratoba, spoke about it. Yeah. We want the two states. The Palestinian people need to have their own state. But it's not like we recognize the state of Palestine because they don't have that power. They don't have that muscle to flex those days. So you get to...
But Sweden did it, Jimmy. Sweden did it in 2014, and a couple of other countries did it. Now there are more countries.
Okay, all right. So, that's another history sitting on straight, which I don't know of. 147 countries today have recognized the state of Palestine. What you're saying, it could be right, but then...
Yeah, some countries reaffirmed they're trying to join the bandwagon, but some countries did it 2014. The UK opposed it then during that time, and other countries, France and Belgium opposed it.
That's a correction. Yeah, that's another point of correction there. because now what makes it more important right now? A country like France, one of the powers in Europe, to get has come out to say, today we want the state of Palestine. We have organized, supported by England, Canada, Australia, other powerful countries within in the West, more especially in Europe, that give also more power to the core of the state of Palestine. So I think this is like saying, Francis, Sweden. So this supports Sweden previous call I think we need to recognize and also say kudos to all the countries that really recognize to Palestine. I mean, it's been going on,
including Liberia, because Liberia started way back.
Yeah, but those are things. I mean, all this kudos go to all the leaders, the non-political, I mean, countries, organizations that have been fighting for the. Like, I also want to add to what Francis have said. It's not only saying it; it's all about political diplomacy. It's about putting boots on the ground, also providing necessary tools that make the government, that make a country to function. They need that because the country they depend wholly on Asia to survive. And how do you make that? Yeah, they depend wholly on Asia to survive. Yeah.
My question is, because the big elephant in the room is America, the blockage. Will they isolate America now? These big countries say, you know what? We had enough of this. Now you alone going to dictate to us now. Over 147 countries. They're the one alone backing Israel on the way. These guys take no. If you don't stop, we're going to put boots on the ground with it.
Now when they put on the ground, Paul, I think we're saying the same thing. I think Francis said the same. I always say the same. It's like you provide the necessary resources to make that country, functionable or functioning. That's all you need to do. America won't stop you. All the 147 countries coming up, whatever they can provide. I don't think America is going to stand against them. Whatever they can do to in any way necessary. I mean, at some point, Israel will go back to the table of negotiation. What can we do to live together as two, states? So if they keep insisting, not playing political gimmicks, saying today make a big statement at the United Nations, tomorrow decide withdraw, tomorrow say no, because of that we are withdrawing our support for the state of Israel. They're all doing it based on interest. But if France is standing up to Emmanuel Macron saying today with other countries, I think what they need to do, put more resources out there and give the support of people of Palestine and make sure that everything a country needs to exist. Look, Paul, 99% of the survival of Palestine depend on Israel.
Yeah.
So you need to if you want to go out there and say we want the state of Israel state of Palestine to exist, you must be prepared to provide all necessary needs for these people, and you should be ready for it. Like putting boots on the ground, like soldiers, to protect their interests, providing food for them, bringing not only government. Another thing is about leadership. Leadership in our country is another issue because they always have these people in the 80s running the country. If you saw Abu Abbas, you see in the late 80s. We need a really functioning. The people of Palestine need to vote into power, the democratic leadership that they want to run a government. That's what they need to do. A lot of things need to be done, Paul.
Abu Abbas spoke yesterday at the UN. Although they denied him visa, he spoke about teleconference that within a year, when they cease fire, they're going to incorporate the young people and will have an election. And this is what they say. But France said they will help. They will lead a charge in terms of rebuilding Palestine. Then come Saudi Arabia and all of Jordan. They all Turkey. They're all waiting to chip in. So the rebuilding is left with the people of Palestine now. They say they don't want Hamas. Hamas agreed that they just are a pressure group. So
Paul.
Jordan.
Paul, let's give. Oh, sorry, go on.
Go
on. Sorry.
I wanted to ask this question, and then you can chime in. Israel keep using the word that the security of Israel. Don't you guys think when Palestine is safe, Israel is safe because they have their own state?
Okay, I will take that, Mr. Dollar. Let me say something to that in regard to that. Israel has turned herself into a honey to invite bees in the region. So they have to look like they're the enemy of them in the Middle East. So they will be crying on the shoulders of the West to get support. That's all they do. If I create myself as everybody's against me within a region, that I'll seem to be like, well, I need people. Look what's happening. Israel is part of what is happening in Europe. Israel is not geographically located in Europe. Israel is part of every European competitions, every European things that happen. Israel is part of it, but Israel it's not geographically located in Europe.
Yeah.
No, but,
go on, Francis.
Yeah. No, but, let me come in, Francis. I beg you. Lucy, let me tell you something. The thing is, what Paul just said, the question that Paul gave concern about the America. Donald Trump will succumb. Let me be realistic with you. Donald Trump and his administration will succumb to the European. then America cannot go over Western country. Let me be realistic. All these things we're talking here is a fact. So what the European Union needs to do basically is this: to make sure that they have running administration on the ground. That group, because Hamas, have already been classified as a terrorist group. That need to be eradicated. Remove them in the surface of Palestine completely. They are not needed at all in the society. So they are canceled in the midst of the people. That need to be eradicated. The Hamas group.
Mr. Dollar, we will discuss that. Mr. Dollar, I got a point of correction on that. Mr. Dollar, that's not it. Who described it as a terrorist group? The thing is like this. Some are terrorists and some are heroes. You know, Mr. Dollar, I'm taking a little bit different point. Let me give Francis. You want to say something? So now come out.
No, we right now we have spoken on varieties of issues. I mean, I would just piggyback on the first thing that Paul was saying, that America is under immense pressure. They're trying to put out that facade that they are great. If you listen to Trump's speech, at the point in time, he started to ridicule and castigate the Brazilian president. But then he came in jokingly that we'll have a talk. Brazil is with the BRICS nation. America is being isolated by Trump's actions and his policies. Even his allies, the people in the Middle East, they are sleeping with one eye open now. For they used to go to bed with two eyes were closed, but now they sleep one eye open because they can't trust them because of the incident that has happened in our country, Tunisia, that happened in regardless of the Iran being considered the axis of evil. Yeah, there's a state Arab solidarity. And Israel, the reason why Israel is participating in European competition, Jamel, I think it was in 1974. After that the Addis were massacred, and then Israel actually pushed out by the Arab League. So the Europeans decided to accommodate from the same pressure from the United States of America. I brought it into the activities. That how Israel began participating in European activities. But yeah, so that basically is it. But America will succumb. But just by being isolated by the group of people, and they will talk behind the scenes. Because America needs these people. America is not. America knows. I mean, the superpowers of stardom is being dwindled by China. China has one of the biggest military right now. Russia is there. North Korea is there. Turkey is building its own stuff. So all that bravado, that kind of bigger trade is showing out there. They will succumb. They can't do all the work,
Right, they will succumb.
Okay.
I want
to clarify something. Mr. Dollar point of Hamas being a terrorist group. Well, that's why it's being considered. That's what we always say.
It's not.
No, that's why he says, and that you need to be disbanded. Consider. But then, the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, headed by Yasser Arafat, now run by Abu Abbas. In 2005, he became president. Yeah, 2005. This is the only group that is international organized, PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization. Hamas is another pressure group that was created that controls a strip of Gaza because to put more pressure on Israel. Now, this is it. A group that, look, Mr. Dollar, if you're born as a refugee, your life as a refugee, you have no hope at all. The only way is to fight is to use a gun to bring freedom to your country. They call that, this is why they call the late Mandela, I say he was a terrorist. People call him as a hero.
Yes.
The world calling the America, the West calling terrorist. And we want to call, when you call when you were fighting for the liberation of South Africa, where you call Nelson Mandela a terrorist, and when you were being labeled as terrorists by the West. So I don't think we should take that right now. While we disagree with most of the activities of Hamas, some of the killings he did, which we were not bad too. We also understand that they are a liberation group. They were fighting for the right of their statehood. But now, that's not the point. Yeah, the point here is PLO is only the country. Look, we'll talk about issue. PLO is being run by a bunch of handful of people that are being handpicked. And Abu Abbas never, who is the president of PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, which is being organized internationally, never had an assistant, deputy minister, deputy president. Only this April, last April, 2025, he just appointed, he appointed his vice president. And that's how they run that country. And the Palestinian Liberation of PLO is being supported internationally. Their budget has been run from outside. So they're running that country.
Sweden pay the people.
Yeah, they've been milking everywhere. So they need the people of the outsiders feel, look, it's enough now. The bunch of older guys sitting there running that country, they want to do it. The Palestinians need to have a state. They don't have to have a state. And forget about the PLO, the Hamas, they have a state of a nation. So they can have elections and run their lives. This is what we all yearning for.
You just give me two. You just give me 1 minute or 2 minutes. I just want to, just to add up. See, the West has a tendency of branding freedom fighters as terrorists. For me, Hamas is. What they did is despicable, but they are freedom fighters. They fought for liberation, and they are still fighting for liberation of Palestine, because the PLO was compromised heavily.
Mm-hmm.
They were heavily compromised. In the Israeli planted forces with him there, the informers were there doing everything, but the Israeli wanted information. And this whole war, how big it is, so sad and tragic, but is a rude awakening for the people of Palestine. And they come back together as a nation who they will kick all the unserious people and the Abbas who there millions of dollars bank in Qatar and other places. So I just want to add that.
I can agree more with Francis and Jamal, because if it was not for Hamas, we would not be having the recognition of Palestine today. Although the West classified them as tolerable, they actually brought Israel to the table that we forcing the West to recognize us as a sovereign state. So,
Paul, do you remember there's a group called the Fatah, FTAA,
yes, I remember the
Fatah group.
Yes,
this was an armed group of the PLO that has been disbanded also. I'll give you some information here. From 1967, there was a Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestinian People called PFLP. That in 1969, another group called the Recorded Front of Liberation of Palestine. Those were the pressure group that started coming up. The latest group is called Hamas. Like Francis has just stated, these pressure groups are coming up because they got the governing, the PA, the governing administration, the leadership, which will be the PLO, run the country. Where the guys set up their own group, they don't align with PLO agenda, because the old men, they are sitting there ripping up the country while these guys are sharing their life on the line. Making sure the country is liberated. PLO created their own group called the Fatah group, Fatah, PLO, Fatah. They were the armed group.
In the Intifada, how they call it, at the beginning of the Intifada in 1970s, 1971 or something.
You're right. They started those groups, those other pressures groups. They started all to put pressure on Asia so they can recognize. So when Hamas came up together in lately, they're not a lit group. They got the power to control the Gaza strips. So they see the only way to Asia to succumb is to put more pressure. I think anybody on this platform will not buy the idea of the October 7th of the massacre of the people when they're having a concert, where don't support that, we don't subscribe to that. But that is leading to all this happening now. Somebody say we have to risk lives. We have to put our lives on the front line to order to bring liberation, freedom to our people. And this is what's happening. The October 7th incident in Israel, this is what leading to that. And up to present, Despite Israel being sophisticated, military sophisticated, they have not even had the chance to get their refugee. I mean, the prisoners back. So since the Raqqa group as the Hamas cannot release them, so what's the power of Israel? So they need to, by this time, just need to negotiate, sit on the table and negotiate. Have a two-step solution should be the way out.
Way out. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, and to our audience. Kindly share the show. We now, Jamal, let's transition to Mama Liberia.
Yeah, we will take on the issue. I will the first one take on to the first newspaper. This is from the Oracle newspaper, gentlemen. They were tortured. This is a story. I think, Paul, we could all look into it. This is a story that came out recently, like the people that they are in jail at the Monrovia Central Prison. They said there was a news reported that they were tortured and they went to court. I think the court kind of, some sign of tortures were identified on them. So this is the story. So we all give our thought. What happened? We a good thing about this, we got some well-trained security officers, national security officers, serve our country in the security forces, and they are here with us. They can give all their thought on when a person is tortured, what are the consequences, what happened. I mean, they are not a student of law, but I think because of their expertise as former security officers, they can tell us, well, if a person is tortured, what happened? So we'll take on our first. We'll go to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, this is it. These are the people you see here in the orange suits here. They are prisoners, allegedly to be within a days in court. Those are the people that said that they burned down the House of Legislature that's captivating Monrovia, and now the newspaper reported that they went to court. They found that they were just sign of torture were found on them. So what do you think about the newspaper headline? They were tortured. So if this happened, what happened next?
Yeah, as I said earlier, when it's proven beyond reasonable doubt that a suspect or corporate have been tortured, automatically that can condemn and dissolve whatever interrogations were conducted. And when that happens in the presence of any competent court or jurisdiction, the judge have the right to dismiss whatever charges leveled against this suspect. So because the judge have that power to do it, when it's proven that this act was committed by the interrogator, is forbidding as a law enforcer to torture anybody before him for investigation. So, and as a professional investigator, first thing you do, you acquaint your suspect with a Marina rec. The Marina rec is tell him, look, anything you say here will be used against you before the competent court jurisdiction. 1. 2, anything you want a lawyer to be present, so while we're going through your hearings and getting down your statement. So the officers need to acquaint the corporation with that. If it's in the absence of all these things, then the suspect have a right to stand publicly in the court to say that whatever I said he had daily honor do it, I will touch you. And when the touching is proven, so automatically the court need to take action to destroy and dissolve all that investigation report and send them back for another investigation or dismiss the case. That's what I can say in this case.
Right. Mr. Mensah, there's a story says that 3 defendants, let me call their name here. They say, according to the newspaper report, they say like the 3 defendants, Eric Sosa, Thomas, and Jerry Popper, were allegedly subject to torture while in state custody. So this is what the medical report are proving to the court. So what is your knowledge on this situation when this happened? What is your knowledge? You speak as a Liberian, an individual, and also as a former officers. What happened when such thing occurred when it's been, beyond all reasonable doubt, proving that suspects or defendants been tortured in government custody?
No, Pop Daughter said it all. I mean that would be automatic proven when it's proven by the court. I mean, and have all evidence, it will be true out of court. I mean, so it's nothing have to discuss about that. It'll be true out of court. I mean, it's a flagrant violation of suspects' rights. So yeah. And another twist to this story again is that they alleged that they were sodomized.
Okay.
And so I learned they took them to the clinic and wanted to test some of them. I mean, a lot of them who claimed that allegedly that they were sodomized, they refused to be tested. So I mean, so I don't know. I mean, that's Liberia for us. I wouldn't know who's telling the truth or not. But but we hope that that the court will look into this allegation, because this is very unprofessional to torture people in prison.
Paul.
I mean, if the story is true, confirmed by this newspaper, this allegation been around from day one when these guys were in prison. They said they were taken to NSA office. They took them to unknown destination. They made a claim long time ago that they've been tortured. There's another guy that flew all of Liberia who also made that claim, and he was sodomized. I think there was some newspaper too that came on the, it's not newspaper, but some human rights group came on Liberia, and they proved that he was sodomized. So if this is true, then the whole case now about this fire incident, I think is waste of the Liberian resources, because if these people should be the key suspect of this case and now they're being tortured, then where the case is going?
So we expect a lawyer to be asking for the case to be thrown out of court.
To be dismissed, yeah.
Okay, like we said, Paul. I mean, Francis just said that's Liberia for you. We'll see what happens. There are all stories coming up, and I think the court is investigating the evidence from the medical report about these guys being tortured, and we'll see what come in the coming weeks, days, or week to see what court decision will be regarding the torture report. So on that note, if nobody has anything, I want to move to the next.
I just want to add something, because torture. You remember the Guantanamo did something. Torture became something that I think the whole world against torture. If Liberia is practicing torture, it's not good for the mantra of rule of law, and they respect the right of people. So if you're torturing and then you see something else, then this is, I'll call it double standard here, then exhibit.
Okay. All right. If anybody want to make something, want to move to the next newspaper headline, if that's so far. So I want to take on this one. No, sorry, not this one. Sorry, go on this one. Now, there's a question I want to put through, guys. Lately, this issue of the drug crisis in the country. Recently, Mr. Cummins, you see, if you are not from Liberia and following us, we see it on the pictures about Honorable Mr. This is yes, Bandy Cummins, ABC, the coin ABC, and he's a political leader of the ANC, the National Alternative Congress in Liberia. He's been around lately, talking about government need to make effort about the drug crisis in the country. We have too much of drug infiltration into the country, and now he's been around going to the rehab centers around Monrovia talking about it. He's been captured, literally been seen around. He's been away for since the election, so this is one of the major the major statement out there, physically making statement publicly. He didn't make a statement, but it's one of the things that have been catching the attention of the people. So, gentlemen, I want you to tell me, is this something like the woman is making, or the political leader is making, trying to score some political point, or is this something like, as a Liberia, you need to speak about because it's at the extreme level that you need to talk about? I'll first leave as Francis. I know Francis had a different opinion on this, but I'll take on to Mr. Dollar first. Mr. Dollar, what do you think about Mr. Cummins' trip around the city, talking about the government need to be more proactive in taking actions to prevent the drug crisis or to help the youth in the country?
Yeah. Let me make something clear to everybody here. that before you comment or you take action on any issue, you have to identify the root cause of the problem. I think that's what my political leader is doing now, to make sure that to acquaint these people and sit with them and listen to their view and assess them physically. Then tomorrow, when we take over, we know where to go directly. We don't need to guess around. So the ANC will know directly where to go to arrest the situation, because it's very, very scary. Could you imagine, even the chief of police for this county here, I think Granku, make a comment on this similar thing. He say it's so scary, it's so alarming that the government need to take some bold steps to arrest the drug issue, because the drug is killing the people. The point of the matter is, our youth, many of them don't even know the danger of some of these drugs that they're taking. But for me, I can't blame them. The frustration is too much to extend that where they have nothing to tend to, they have to focus on the drug. So our PL is going around to identify the root cause and the serious problem that are confronting our countries with the drug issue. When that is known, then planning will be made how to arrest the situation. I think that's the right turning that he's doing. I appreciate that, and I hope he will not only stop to Monrovia, he will go to the rural area, because this situation here is spread every corner of Liberia. It's spread every corner of Liberia. So not only Monrovia that this thing is happening, it's happening everywhere. So
before I move to my other colleagues to answer, a quick question come to you. You spoke of your political leader effort to see how to arrest the situation when it comes to power, ANC come to power. The question is, some will speak of there. We just spoke of making public statements and actions were required. We know Mr. Cummings been putting also institutions around the country, learning institutions. So one will wonder or ask, what is effort the ANC is making in terms of putting up some rehab centers where people are fed up by drugs that are being helped, or any system set up by ANC to help drug affected youth in the country?
Yeah. Okay. This is my personal opinion.
No, you are ANC member. You don't make personal opinion. I think you speak on, you should know something about ANC. So you should tell us what they are doing towards the drugs issue in the country.
I'm telling you.
Not, Mr. Dollar, I want you to be straight on this. The issue I'm asking you to tell us what ANC is doing. Mr. Dollar, can you give me a second, please? Give me a second, please. Let me make my question clear. What ANC is doing to arrest the drug issue in the country, apart from going visiting rehab centers? This is the question I'm asked, straight to the point.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I said this is my personal statement I'm giving. So you don't expect me to talk for everybody, but I'm seeing it as a member, senior member of ANC. It's my personal statement that I'm making here. I want you to understand one thing. To champion the arrest of this problem at this moment is lies in shoulder of the present ruling establishment. The ruling establishment is supposed to be on the forefront. We are going aside from onset that we are doing assessment on this thing here. After the assessment, we will plan what needs to be done in case the Liberian people realize that.
Thank you. It's all right. It's all right. Thank you, Mr. Doyle. It's okay. It's all right. You first say Paul. Just to you, question is this: we got Mr. Doyle just said that ANC is assessing the situation to see what they will do in the country of power. Now we have the victims of drugs victim in the country already. What ANC has done or is planning to do for these, because the country is already riddled with drugs. Now I know one thing you said concerning about, which I appreciate, you said about the people that are really making sure the drugs come to the country is government officials that know how it comes into the country. We understand that. But now we have a victim already on our hand. The youth are already the disadvantage, those who are taking the drugs, they are there. So what do you think as a person, as a citizen, what ANC will have been doing or is actually doing right now to help those who've been victims of these drugs in the country, not about what is coming to the country?
Well, thank you, Gemma. I think we should give Mr. Cummings a credit here, because what happened now He's trying to force the government to do something because the government ran on this thing that they were going to get rid of Kush. And that was the big campaign message that under George Weah, there were so many drugs. So they were going to champion it. And you remember when the president took office, what did he do? He took a drugs test to prove to the nation that he was the guy for drugs. But then what happened? They dropped the ball at some point. So Mr. Cummings is now on the field reminding them that this you have been paid of our money to do the work, but we will do what we can do. That's so we're doing the assessment and we will help, but we cannot take on the burden because you've been paid to do it. So he's making a case now to the government. Do something. As an individual, we will help. As a private citizen, I will do my bit. But you need to take the burden. And that's why he's forcing the government. So they're getting credit here. Because
the question I'm asking, sorry, Paul, the question I'm asking here is this. Yeah, we understand. Just it was clear. Everyone want to do his bit because ANC is not a new party. It's been around almost 2 elections. And they know the drug crisis in the country is visible. We all know that. It's one of the issues that it's one of the priority area for youth development, mentally, physically. And now I think why I'm talking about now, Mr. Cummings now, ANC as a party. I think you guys you have an idea. There may be some playing action. I'm just tell us here on this platform. ANC must have some program on hand. I'm talking about the victims. Now I'm not talking about the drugs that come in. What ANC is trying to do to help the victims already?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Dollar, you have your turn. That Paul finish, please.
I think what ANC is doing, if you watch, I don't know if you watched the video that they started giving some sort of handout to these people to start with, but then they're going to do more in terms of putting some sort of rehabilitation because the church he went to is an individual who have the rehab center. The ANC is going to build some rehab center for this disadvantaged youth to also clean them and educate them. They're going to do that. So the assessment now, Mr. Cummings is visiting these rehab centers to see what is needed more that they can do. Now, when he said we can do our bit, but the root cause of this is the big hands that is bringing more. So you can build so many rehab centers, but the provider, the place the drugs is coming from, if you don't stop that, I mean, everyone will be rehab, but then you're not stopping the people from bringing the drugs in. So they're assessing to now build something to rehabilitate these children. And some of those centers that is there, ANC going to put money into those center to help those people to clean all the young people because it's a security risk to the entire country.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Francis.
Yeah,
Mr. Cummings. Okay. Clarify that. Then I'll go to Francis. Go on, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, Francis. I know Francis will come with something and something. But
no, just say your own. Forget about Francis.
Okay.
Mr. Dollar, let me hear from you.
Yeah, listen. Let me tell you something. I want you guys then to understand that we are not government.
No, Mr. Dollar, you keep saying that you're speaking as a person. You're not speaking as ANC official here. We want you to speak as a person. We are not government. I'm not asking you as ANC official.
All right.
You want you to speak as a person, like Paul spoke.
Okay, I want you guys then to understand that ANC is not a ruling establishment now. It's incoming government. So before ANC come in, doing the assessment to know actually what is a serious problem. We already identified some of the problem. We know, I mean, the ANC have already identified some of the problem. That is to know that even somebody, the leadership of the drug enforcement agencies point finger at some of the top senior government officials that they are the one that behind the bringing the drug into the country. The government did not take no step to arrest that information. So the ANC doesn't have the power to stop the drug from coming in the country. But what the ANC can do to assess the root cause of this problem and prepare planning for it tomorrow when ANC take over the country, then they will easily arrest the situation.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Francis, Mr. Cummings, you know him. I mean, it's not a hidden mind. He went around, the statement he made, that's something he said, we want, Francis, he said, community must play their part, and the state has a primary duty to intercept the flow of drugs into Liberia. And it has called for the government to go after the big fish, the big hands that bring drugs into the country. And I mean, this is something, Francis, this is something that is really killing us. He said ANC, from his statement, you also understand ANC is preparing to do something when it comes to drugs issue in the country. But now he called on the government. The government knows the government should play the actual part to intercept the flow of drugs in the country and go after the big fish. Can we applaud the political leader for this and also add his voice to the call of the drug crisis in the country?
Well, I think Mr. Cummings has been around for the past 20 years in Liberia. He's no stranger to the drug, pandemic, or say, that is, taking the lives of our people. This was just a political stunt. Aiming at 2029. And Mr. Cummings has the resources. ANC has the financial strength to have opened one of those rehab centers. A country is now run solely based on government's action. The government has taken actions over the years, and this government is no exception. Mr. Cummings has been in opposition for eternity, and I think he might likely remain in opposition for a while. So this is just a political stunt, and I mean, in the eyes of his supporter, this is laudable. Yeah, but I hope that after that, actions will be taken, that he will be very proactive.
Yeah, but the question is, I want to just go in, I understand that, but what I want to understand, I mean, I get that. Mr. Cummings himself, like you just mentioned, one of the key figure in the country, but I mean, politically, he's calling for the government, demanding government more comprehensive government actions to engage directly with the affected communities. Is this something that, apart he was speaking as, and at this time, he was speaking as a Liberian, not a political leader. Let's agree that somebody making a statement, a well-known person, will you consider as a political gimmick or political stunt? Because the crisis in the country.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends who's speaking. I mean, a private individual come and speak. I mean, we take it for that. Mr. Cummings is speaking. He's speaking as a political leader. I mean, his actions, good or bad, will reflect on his political alliances and political identity.
Sorry, Francis. What he said about the situation.
I cannot divorce him from being a private citizen. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. But what he says about going after the big fish, the big hands are causing these drug issues, is this something that you will make a political statement or a political gimmick? Is this not true that big hands were involved in the flow of drugs into the country, that the government should go after that's the government's first job? Is this a political statement, or is this something?
It is. It's been alleged that government officials are the ones, and once you categorically place government officials in that position are the ones cooperating or working or bringing in the drugs in the country, is a political statement.
Okay. So the statement about the truth is so you do agree that big hands are in bringing drugs in the government should also be comprehensive in the action.
I wouldn't agree. I do not know. It's alleged. There's no fact. There's no empirical fact to that.
But we also know that the drug issue in our country is a primary issue that we are looking at.
It is, no doubt. It is. Indeed, it is. I mean, it's very grave. I mean, actions need to be taken. More actions need to be taken. Right. And that this should be a public-private partnership for one of Liberia's richest men. You could do that. We help support the other people.
You
All
know,
right.
Jemima,
Paul want to make a
I
statement.
mean,
Then Paul, then we'll move to. Okay, Paul, go on.
yeah,
And then Mr. Dollar, then we can move to. Mhm.
when I listen to Unity Partisan, this is what annoyed me. The situation on the ground is security rich that or government that is being paid to do the work to protect the people of Liberia. If they fail to protect the people, then they say a politician or a private citizen making a political gain. Joseph Boyka and the Unity Party push the situation for drugs. They use the word kush. That kush were killing young people in Liberia. And under his stewardship, they were going to eliminate what we call kush. But today we get zombie under Joseph Boyka government. That now they get the other one they call spark. The children they just be walking, they will drop dead. So if the government failed not to do the right thing, and then a politician said, look, it's your responsibility here. It's not a private citizen responsibility. What on earth will a private citizen build a rehab while the government that is taking one minister taking $5,000 home to do his work? Taxpayer money is going to the government. The president is running $1.1 million bulletproof car. While that money could have gone to rehab center to help those people to fight drugs, why is it stopping the government that to go after the big hands that bringing the drugs in? It has been alleged that Joseph Newman Boyka's son Jojo hand is in the drugs. It's something that everybody talk about in Liberia. So it means directly the president is involved. So now the big hands, we know some of the big hands have been alleged. So why can't he go after the big hands? This is the question that Mr. Comey is asking. And that's
Paul,
the point.
Yeah, Paul, there's a call coming in. I want you to interrupt you. So, the person want to ask caller, want to make a statement on the topic we're discussing right now. Will you want to put a caller through, ask the and put a caller through, please? Gentlemen, we want to just for a few minutes. There's a caller coming through. Want to make a statement on the topic.
Yeah. Caller, who's on the line?
Paul, it's not audible enough for you. Make sure it's audible.
It's Lympha.
Lympha?
Oh, it's Lymph.
Okay, speak.
Paul, could you get it closer to the microphone so everybody can hear the person? Paul, we're not hearing him. Paul, increase the volume, please.
Can you hold on, Lympha? Can you?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, it's okay.
Lympha, go on.
Okay, and I hear Francis trying to spin this thing to make it out of political issue. Yes, okay. If you want to make it out of political issue, then we can also look at it from the side where Mr. Comey does not have the authority from the Liberian people to protect them. It's Boyka who has the authority from the Liberian people to protect them. So what has Boyka done personally? He appointed people who are not willing to do the job. We have seen that he has changed 2 different administrations from the DEA, the group that is responsible for the drug enforcement. So you want to spin it and say Comey is making political statement? Yes, Comey is making political statement. But what about that the Liberian people elected to protect them and he's being paid? So okay, the money that is being paid, give it to Comey and let's see what Comey will not do what he's supposed to do, what he is supposed to do. See, so every time we want to politicize thing, you make it, and at the end of the day, Comey have not, or any other Liberian citizen, whether that political leader or ordinary person, they have nothing to lose. It is the Boyka administration. They are not saying Comey's administration, it is the Boyka administration. So when they try to make statement to help the government, then people politicize it. See, nobody else got anything to do. You see, when George Weah was there, people or all these things. Now George Weah is out. Okay, so it's coming. I mean, it's Boyka. So it is the responsibility of Boyka to do whatever it takes to curtail the drug in the country. make political statement and let Jima say, yeah, he's a citizen of the country. Anybody can make political statement. That's why the fact that he's a political leader is all about Nigeria. What affects the country affects him indirectly. So I think we should leave the politics out of this thing here. And whenever somebody is making good suggestion, we should all try to support it. Where it comes from, whether from opposition or from within government, let's try to add our weight behind it so that we can save the generation that we have that is suffering from this pandemic. That's what I think I wanted to add. By God willing, Friday I'll be on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can I say something, please?
Mr. Dollar, let Francis say something and then we'll go to it. We got 2 more articles to look into, please. I think, yeah, Francis, you want to say something on that?
Oh no, I rest my case. All right,
then. It's fine. It's fine. Saying rest your case, that's something like that. Okay. We will be looking at Mr. Dollar. I'm sorry, I have to cut this off. We've dragging on this. I think Mr. Comey, everybody has we're making personal statement with regard to he's a political leader, and people can say anything about what he's doing.
Make some short credits on the issue so you can go on, please.
Sure. Okay, go on.
Yeah, my brother said that it's a political statement. No problem. One political leader make a statement, everything is political. I agree with that. But what I want everybody to know, all listeners to know, that the former DEA administration that just left, the point finger at the executive mansion, point at people, they say these people are behind the drug smuggling into our country. The president keeps silent on it. Why? Because we got evidence to that. It's in the news, it's in the social media, and everywhere in Liberia. The president did not say a word because the former director said, inside the executive mansion, people that are there, I know them. I got evidence on them. They are the one behind it, bringing the drug into our country. And the president did not even make a comment. Why? Mr. Francis, why are you? Because, Francis, anyway, I don't want
I'm forced.
Mr. Dollar, I think you were making clarification. It's not about talking about Francis. It's not right now. Can we end the discussion on the particular topic?
Yeah,
okay. Thank you very much.
I wanted to put it out.
Thank you very much.
Also, before, just give me 1 minute. I think I need to rebut where Mr. Dollar said there's no time ever that the last administration pointed fingers at the executive mansion that people were involved in the trafficking of drugs who work at the executive mansion. That's misinformation or disinformation, and it's not credible. I think he's just trying to use it as as a way to smear the government image.
All right, we're not going to go out here for a long time. So what we're going to do here is this. Thank you very much. We just joined while you're joining the Bottom Liberia. I'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll go into the former president, George Weah, was recently returned to Liberia with amid confusion. There was a lot of his supporters were out there, and it caused a lot of confusion in the country. So we have a video. I want to roll on that, and I want to know, why is it something like this has always been a political heat for everyone? I mean, the situation in Liberia is like anytime George Weah returns to the country, something must happen. As protesters out there, something. So we'll be running that video. Just give a short break. We'll give you a short break. We'll offer a short break. Come back. We had a video when the president returned. The president George Weah returned to Liberia. It was yesterday or 2 days ago. He back into the country, and his supporters were there to receive him at the international airport, and there were a lot of confusions. We don't know why it happened. So we won't want to get your view. Also, you can drop your view in our comment section and see what you think. Paul, get ready after the break. Let us roll the video, please. Let's see. We'll get a quick break, come back, and we'll be with you.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
Yes, indeed. You're welcome to the Bottom Liberia. Jamal Kamara here from the city of Manchester, United Kingdom, with my good friend Law Paul Cherryplay from London, and the most powerful man in Europe, Francis Mono Mensa, is with us from Sweden with us tonight here, and Mr. Maurice Yankuba Dollar, our ex-police officer, also sitting here with us from the city of Manchester. And now tonight we're discussing review newspaper in Liberia. We look into the international highlight, what's happening around the world. The state of Palestine, we talked about it just a few minutes ago. An hour ago. We're not talking about what's happening in Liberia. And now we're going back to the return of President George Weah, former president of Liberia, Mr. George Opon Mane Weah, returned to Liberia, I think yesterday. And I was a lot of confusion, and we want to roll a video on that, and I'll ask my colleagues what they think, what's going on. Anytime this ex-president arrived, there always something got happening. Paul, what do you get for us?
Well, what happened is I just managed to capture a little clip from his rehab home. Because on the airport, there's a lot of video on this where there were police and the CDC going back and forth with all sort of things. So, but the one we capture is just about 11 seconds from the rehab, from his house, not far from the president's house. So let's play this. That was when he entered rehab yesterday, with all the commotion of.
What is rehab, Paul? His home.
Is home.
His home, where he lives. Okay.
Where he lives. That's entering his home. That's a cry.
The community, they call it rehab, all right.
The community is called rehab. And also he's about 5-minute walk to President Barker's house. So they are neighbors.
Okay. So what is all the chanting about? Tell us, what's all the we want peace? What does that mean?
Because what they were saying that the CDC party headquarters, they were evicted, is caused by the government, according to them. Police have been after them unnecessarily, but they don't want violence, they want peace.
So what peace do they want?
That's the question. Because the country is already peaceful. So
I'm a little bit, if you just join you, I'm a little bit confused here. If you get a clear idea, please drop. I think there's a video, it's not clear to me. I'm just asking, they are chanting the one peace. Why do the CDC supporters welcoming the president, their political leader, President George Mane Weah into the country yesterday, and they are chanting we want peace. And I don't know what the peace is. But if you just join us, you follow, you know the story, drop your comment, let's all know what you got. But I think my colleagues also on the platform must have some idea what's going on. I'll go to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, what is your information so far?
These are the political slogan that people were making, because that language there, we want peace, is something that I don't understand what the kind of peace they will say that they want. I can't remember. Let me be realistic. I'm not supporter of unity parties. I'm not member of unity parties. That anybody can test to that. But here's the situation. How many CDC's recognized member is in prison or have been brutalized publicly for saying something that is not correct? So I don't give credence to that slogan there. We want peace. We want peace. Peace is already in the country. What we should focus on now is the turning issue on the country is securities and job. People are not working. If you see all the crowd going to one man's house to work on him, because they are not working, they got nothing to occupy their mind. So the government need to focus on that. Whether Joseph Barker government or the ANC that coming into power tomorrow, first thing we should focus on is to give people jobs. When we give people jobs, you will hear many of these problems. People going on the street to jubilate or to welcome to individual coming back home and this and that. All the things, when you're busy working, you will not be able to do all these things there. That's what I can say.
Okay. Paul, we understand, Francis, also understand that the IG, that's a Inspector General, moved a group of police officers to the airport when the president was coming into the country for a security reason, and that also sparked a lot of the tension, also raised concern about something's not right. Is this true? If you know if this is not true, and but something like, I think there's more video to this. I understand, guys. What's your information so far? Francis, I come to you. I think Paul spoke earlier. Francis, what do you know of what we're talking about right here?
Look, I mean, first of all, I would like to, say that the police should know when to pick a fight. Joshua is the former president of the country, Liberia. Like it or not, his supporters should go and meet him. This year should create a corridor for for supporters to go and meet him. I mean, there's not elections, and it doesn't mean anything. The CDC is the second big largest political party in the country. So yeah, and then again, another way, the CDC people should understand as well. I mean, this country does not belong to them. So I think the whole process is the whole confusion is actually caused by the police and the CDC. That whole, that's a normal routine for CDC. I mean, if you think they won elections now, it's up to them. But I mean, we are coming to the country was actually used to galvanize the base, to have up the base that because we are himself. It has been reported that he's nothing but running, but these guys want to use him, so they're trying to use it, their base, so they can use him to as a face to run again. So I mean, I don't take it serious. There's not any threat to any our democracy, or I don't know, or to put a political feature of the country. So it's just a normal psychomotory event.
What do you call psychometry, man? Okay, Paul.
Yeah.
You hear Francis, you hear Mr. Dollet. Like the coming of President Joy, every time to the country is always kind of involves around chaos, confusions. Like Francis just mentioned, like they want to push him around, kind of, put something up there to bring him back into the political ring, ring again, to say that he will put his name on the ballot papers comes 2029, because he has some kind of ways, the intentions, he seems not to be interested anymore. And I think one of the political leaders for CMs, I think Musa Bayede once said that when he came to Manchester, he said, without George Weah, there's no CDC. So the thing, like, he's the only capacity. There's nothing nobody can stand. CDC will not stand without George Weah. So do you agree with what it's almost saying? Francis qualifying Musa's statement is saying they're trying to bring the George Weah back. So what they need to do is to ignite his political, intent, to make sure that I comes by and say, guys, I'll go back again to come 2029 so I can win this thing hands down. So that without him, nobody. So is this true? Do you believe in this? I mean, it's not true. Do you believe that what Francis saying is true? And also, it's just not that Unity Party is trying to give CDC a more of a platform. Like every time this guy comes and they put on a group of police guys, there are a lot of priority issues to focus on in the country. Then going and carrying battalions of police to protect or to stop what is believed to be an upcoming riot from the CDC supporters. The two things, like, tell me what you think about it, what I've just said.
Well, let me confirm this, that George, we are going to be on a ballot. It has been confirmed by D. Maxwell Kemiya about last week on Spoon Network that he one of the key person behind Weah. He's in Weah office. He said 110% that Weah will be on the ballot. So he confirmed that. The office chief of Weah chief of staff, who is Yugbe Namwe, also confirmed that Weah will be on the ballot. Lin Eugene Namwe. So it's confirmed that Weah will be contesting come 2029. So that is clear. You ask the question, Acting Unity Party is now making Weah more relevant because the action of the national police will increase the popularity more of CDC. these two parties, for some reason, they go at each other, and at times you wonder whether the two parties good for the country. Why would you get somebody or Buka dancer who did absolutely nothing for 6 years? You making him more relevant, but as a lot of police, you making this guy more relevant. And Padole said something. The jobs, the people unemployed. And those people who are unemployed, when they see things not going right, they tend to focus on the other guy. And this is the situation. So remember, when we were in office, you were dancing Buga, people say, oh, the man took 16 billion, all that. The very people that were against it, they flipped to Unity Party. Now, some of those people now, today, not happy with what is happening. They was end up flipping back to George Weah when he made him relevant. So this is it. So these two parties, they're no good for Liberia. This is when now I would suggest that Liberians should start looking at the third option instead of these two parties that mean absolutely no good for the country because they don't create jobs. They tend to
the third option.
The third option could be Alexander Cummings, Musa Berete, Tewon Gongo, Clarence Mulba. There are so many good Liberians out there. So we need to look at the best and bring them into office. Then these two parties that don't mean well for the country.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We want to stop there. Want to move to we got a last topic to look into. I think I gave you a fair comment. Mr. Dole, leave that now. We have no more time on there. Please, I beg you. I don't want to stress this. I want to move
straight on a few points.
This is why when I give you the chance, you speak. When there were people speaking there, I can come back to you. I want you to do that next time. Okay, I'll give you the last time this time, please.
All right. You see, what Paul just said, that Francis asked a question that who is the third option? The third option is nothing but ANC.
That's what I was thinking. You're pushing your ANC party. That's all we want you to do. I just asked you to make a political statement.
I mean, you go pay for ANC commotion here.
We'll charge you for promoting ANC on the platform.
All right, sorry.
Well, to that ANC platform, we will ask you to stay paid.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Anyway, we are just kidding. Mr. Dole, yeah, sure, go on, make a statement, and then we'll move to the next something.
So, as I was saying, you see, police did a lot of blunder. When police tend to party police, these are the end result can happen. Even during John Weah administration, same thing, Patrick Shulu were doing. When the recognized political leader now are coming, then they will send police to harass the people. That make the CDC very much unpopular. Then the Unity Party take over that have not done anything good for the country. Now the Unity Party doing the same thing, party police. So let them stop this kind of thing. Let them work for the country people. That's what I can say. When ANC we will be neutral police to work for our nation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Not loyalty to party.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, guys, the last topic tonight for Liberia will be looking into the newspaper states. The president was in, I think he was at United Nations. He's still in the country. I think at the United Nations, and he made some statement. He spoke on issues in Liberia that the government is coming over 8.3 billion agenda to three key things he mentioned about the government be looking into. We'll be looking at that. And the president was speaking. I think a couple of minutes, 2-3 minutes to see. Because it's our president country, president of our country, we need to give him the time and honor to listen to what he said at the United Nations. And I'll ask my colleagues to give me what they think about the president's statement. Paul, if you had a video, cue the video for the president's speech at the United Nations. It was out today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 23rd,
so
yeah.
It's about 18 minutes. There's two different. He spoke yesterday.
Yeah, we want you to summarize it. The one you spoke on, about the 8.3, just... And so also understand that.
Yeah, I can play that. It's about 3 minutes clip. It's not.
Yeah, well, let's listen to the president. But that's the most one of the three. That's the 8.3 billion. You're trying to budget.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
I'll roll it.
Madam President, Secretary General, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, 30 years ago, the Beijing Declaration charted a bold and hopeful path for women and girls everywhere. Today, as we gather under the theme of recommitting, resourcing, and accelerating the implementation of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, Liberia sees this anniversary not as a ceremonial occasion, but as an urgent call for action. Under my leadership, Liberia is determined to move from pledges to results. We are proud to stand among the first member state leading on the two important action agendas: ending violence against women, girls, and investing in young people, girls, and future generations. Through our agenda for inclusive development, Liberia will invest $8.3 billion over 5 years to transform lives with gender equality, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, and social development at all levels. Our commitments are clear. We pledge zero tolerance for gender-based violence, with massive awareness and public education program with dedicated budget allocation. We will permanently ban harmful cultural practices. What was once a 3-year moratorium will now become a national law supported by national dialogue and alternative livelihood program. We will implement a national action plan for women and girls to provide a roadmap for empowerment, voice, and protection. An African proverb reminds us, when spider webs unite, they can tie a lion. Similarly, when women are fully empowered and supported, entire nations thrive. As Liberia embarks on 2-year term on the United Nations Security Council, we will ensure that the voices of women and youth are not only heard, but also shape the women and youth peace and security. Our programs are already changing lives. The Liberian Women Empowerment Project, reaching 36,000 business women across the country, impacting more than 260,000 Liberian lives through increased income, resilience, and growth. The Realist Project supports 3,600.
I thank the President of the Republic of Liberia,
Francis.
Okay. Anyway, it was in the middle of the speech, and then the UN official decided to switch the microphone off on the president, whether he went beyond the time limit. So that is the president's speech. But before that, we'll be bringing Emmanuel Wetty onto the program, who will be talking about the one diaspora, now the diaspora thing that will be taking place this weekend in New York. He will be talking to, so we'll bring it on. So Jamal, that's the clip. Back to you.
Yeah, before I go there, thank you very much. So we just saw the president got interrupted. I think at some point we noticed that. I've got some questions to ask, but what happened now, we have a guest coming up, impromptu guest will be showing up on this show right now to discuss the president conference also that coming up very soon in USA. So we'll be bringing on. I hope you mind to hold on for now. But then I'm bringing on now while we also discuss.
They're bringing the end of the show. I mean,
okay, end of the show. Okay,
is he ready now?
I don't think so. If he's ready, you can notify us. Yeah, it's in the background.
Yeah, it's not ready yet.
Okay, this is a surprise guest. We won't mention a name, but you'll be talking about what's going to be happening in America very, very soon. Liberians in the diaspora will be meeting in the US to discuss a lot of important issues about Liberian participation in development in Liberia, also in in the diaspora as well. So he's a permanent person and very, very respected guy within the diaspora. You'll be coming up, but we'll leave you as a surprise. So don't go away, stay with us. But we just want to talk about the president's speech at the United Nations. This is the recent UN Women Conference. I think what I noticed, the president was, they have him muted, right? At some point of the speech, Paul. Did you pick that up?
Yeah, they did.
Wow, would they silence the president? It was that like you were over the minute
Yeah,
or
I picked that on.
He
was
did.
muted.
He was over the time.
Yeah.
Oh, you were over the time. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that was
He went
disrespectful,
over
isn't
the
it?
time. There was allocated time. Yeah.
I think that was disrespectful. They should have.
What make it disrespectful when your time finish? You can't leave it.
But that's a way to acknowledge somebody. You can't just mute the person.
But you people can just make issue all of that.
Anyway, guys,
you sound for
being rude.
Being rude. The president was sitting there. You silenced him.
The president supposed to put more time. Why he didn't put more time?
No, but at the time he put in, and then you silence him. Go on, Paul.
The thing is, if you go over time, the moderator will tell you, say,
the president, we got 2 minutes to, Mr. We got 1 minute left to somebody. Just don't silence the president. That can mute him. That was very disrespectful.
Mute him. That is rude and disrespectful.
That was unacceptable on international, except on the platform. That's a president, country president, man. Come on.
That's the political.
No. Let's be honest here. Forget about partisan politics here, Mr. Dole. That's a country president. When the man is your country president, you were on the stage to speak. Forget it that he had forgotten the time. He doesn't know the time limit. And what you should have done was to, Mr. President, we just want to remind you got less than 2 seconds to summarize. This is how you behave. No. Just say something. That's how you do. Mr. President got less than 2 minutes to summarize. So you will know. But you can't just silence the president. That's been rude. That was very, very rude.
Okay, let you shoot the UN.
No. Okay, guys, let me just go to the key point. What we pick up from the president's speech, the key point, he spoke about 8.3 billion, and he will analyze. I just pick a couple of things from there. Investment focus area will be gender equality, women's empowerment, youth development programs, education sector improvement, healthcare system enhancement, social development initiatives. And I think this is part of them being a rest agenda. This is something that's not new to most of us. What do you think? Can we see that as another political gimmick, or is he? I was starting with Francis. Francis, President making this statement. 8.3. You want to go live? You know, it's that.
All opposition.
I don't know what. This is Jamal. I will go.
The guy got me to laugh. You know, Mr. Dollar. Okay, but the question is like this: he just want to sharply. You want to go last. The question is, I'm on the serious note, gentlemen. The president talking about 8.3 billion. How the question that I want to ask some. I'll just note it down here. Is like the plan is too ambiguous. It's about the sustainability, the funds. How much is the Liberian budget? A little over 800 million.
Jamal, I actually think it's over a period of time. Our budget.
No, but you still want to go now, or you want to go last?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, and
okay, go on.
Our budget system is heavily supported by donors, and I don't think the president probably was not intentional on how the money that will be used to carry out the programs, but I show it's heavily donor back, and it will be over a period of 5 years over time. So it's possible, mathematically, it's possible.
I think I mix it. Guys, give me a quick question, then we'll go because we'll be expecting a guest to come out soon, so we can take on that one. I want you to give your thought on this president's statement. I'm looking at the feasibility and sustainability of the ambiguous program. We also have the arrest agenda. I think what the president mentioned a part of the arrest agenda. So almost like re-emphasizing the arrest agenda. Is this something making? But what I don't see the president's speech like, he just mentioned what they are doing already. But how are they going to raise this money? That's what my brother just said.
Cut off. Maybe at that time he knew
all right.
He didn't complete the speech. Maybe.
Okay then, Paul. What do you think, Mr. Dollar? Anyone can go first.
Yeah, you want me to come up?
Yeah, go on.
First of all, what I look at the entire the the initial statement that the president made, I look at it to be premature because you mention of a figure that you have hand on. You don't have your budget, your control budget not even reached to 2 billion. Then you say you're going to use 8 billion. For God's sake, where are you getting the money from?
Okay.
So that statement alone disqualified the entire issue, discussion that you have on that United Nations. You should not have made such a statement. You made a statement based on what you have control over. So that's why I can say into that thing there. Their agenda there looking after the women's rights and the children's rights and things like that being on for time of memorial. Once the previous administration were in power, they said it, and after they do it was a development. Was the improvement that we see in that? None, no improvement from that particular comment. So I don't know. So basically, it's a black. That's why I would say here.
Right. So let me have my 2 cents on this.
Yeah, you may and Francis has gone on the back to.
Let me have my 2 cents. If you can remember, I think it was around January, February, when the government came out with their arrest agenda for developmental something, and the finance minister said to us that they were going by 2029, they will be able to generate $8.4 billion by 2029. And 70% of that money were based on international donors helping. So, and right after he said that, when Donald Trump came to office, what happened? They cut one of the USAID funding to Liberia. That 8.4 billion they wanted to generate were part of it. So, if the president cannot come back again to say for women and youth, but in 5 years, that 5 years will be looking close up to the same 2029, that they will raise this money from, instead of using 8.4, this time it's 8.3 billion. So, yeah, Jamal.
Yeah, Paul, I want to summarize it. We got a guest on the show now. We want to take you on. Yeah. Guys, sorry, I need to interrupt you for now quickly. We have our guest coming up to talk about, well, you know, on this show, we spoke about the annual Liberian Diaspora National Conference. I think we talked about having somebody to talk about it. So let me give you a background of this. The government of Liberia has officially announced the formation of the National Committee that was like in 2025 Annual Diaspora Conference, which will be held in Washington, D.C. from the 26th of the 26th up to the 20th, I think 26th of this month, right? To the 20, right? If I'm wrong, Francis, let me get me right here. 26th of September to 28th, and it will be like the government, the president Joseph Barker is in the U.S. right now, so you'll be part of that convention, that conference. So Francis here as the head of the Liberian Umbrella Organization in Europe, he's the president. He will be attending. So tonight we are honored to have with us a guest. His eminent brother, honorable, is Emmanuel Wetty, will be telling us more about this conference. So he's with tonight to tell us most about the conference. So guys, we want to welcome you, and if you're also out there, you're following this show, if you got questions, so drop your questions. It's a Liberian National Diaspora Conference taking place in Washington, D.C. this month from the 26th to the 28th. So we have tonight with us our brother eminent, he's emeritus, he's one of the eminent Liberian in the diaspora, who've been fighting for a diaspora right, a voting right, and also you've been fighting for the dual citizenship. You were part of that campaign with the Liberian, the flag team. So well-recognized face on this platform as well. So I want to welcome you tonight. And guys, it's an honor to bring I hope he's ready, if I don't see any signal for now. But gentlemen, that's the show. We'll be having you in a few minutes for now, but it's okay. I don't think I've seen him. Okay, where is he? He's staying in the studio. Okay, right. Right, there he goes. Paul, can you bring him, please? Mr. Wetty, welcome again to the Bottom Line Liberia. Nice to have you. Yeah, we can hear your sound. You're mute, boss.
You meet the eminent.
You unmute yourself.
Yes.
So I think it's okay now.
Yeah, you good.
It's okay. Still no sound coming through.
Okay, amen. His mic is.
What we will do while you're with us, we will. Let me see what we got here. I think our guest is trying to prepare himself to come on the show in the meantime, just to give you what's going to happen. Yeah, we can see you. We can see you, but we don't hear you. So he's trying to organize his microphone. His eminent Emmanuel X. Wetty is based in the USA. He's going to tell us about the National Liberian Diaspora Conference in the US, 26th of September to 28th. The President Joseph Barker, His Excellency, will be in there, and Francis here with us also will be flying this weekend to the US to be part of that show. Francis is also the most powerful man. I always say the most powerful man in Europe. He's the president of the umbrella organization EFLA in Europe. And Francis, while we're waiting for our guests to come on, tell a little bit about this conference.
Well, the conference is slated for Thursday, Friday, September 26th to the 28th. This conference seeks to bring Liberians together from across the globe on several thematic areas: peace, reconciliation, investment, security. Yeah, and I've been privileged to be part of this conference. That will be taking place, representing Liberians in the European diaspora. So yeah, but I think Chairman Wetty is he's the outreach specifically titled for his nomenclature for this conference. He's chairman of outreach, so he will expand more on the intricacies of the conference.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. I think Chairman Wetty is on the channel. Do you hear us? Chairman Wetty? No, still not coming through. You're still not audible, Chairman. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
We see you loud and clear.
But we can't hear you. Can't hear you. Right. They think about why we're trying to get the audio for eminent Wetty to be fixed. What good thing I'll give you?
We can't hear you. We
can't hear you.
Yeah.
I think you need to go out and come back in.
It might be on the laptop using. Maybe it's the
it's not connected.
I mean, Francis, if you got the mail direct number, call him and tell him what problem we're having with him.
We can see him.
He's hearing us. We're not hearing him. He can hear.
You can hear us, but we don't hear you, sir. Anyway, well, the good thing about this, while the chairman is trying to work on, Chairman Wetty is trying to work on something, is that but Francis, this is the first of its kind. It's a historic event, Francis, with the president of Liberia.
Listen, we can do that. I can call him while his picture is on, and he can be talking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can you have him loud so we can have him?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just call him if you can.
So if you just join us, we are live on the border Liberia. If you see us right now, Chairman Wetty, he's the eminent Chairman Emmanuel S. Wetty. He's to join us to tell us more about.
No, he got okay.
It's an echo.
Yeah,
loud and clear now.
No, when they're through his phone.
That's through my phone.
You were through your phones. If you can go out, Chairman Wetty, if you can go out and come back in, try that again. Lock out and come back in. Right. Guys, so we're just trying to give you a little background of what's happening right now. We're trying to bring on one of our guests in the U.S., eminent, most of you may have heard of him. He's been the guy who will be on the front line fighting for the diaspora rights, and he was one of those that championed the cause with EFLA, the European Federation of Liberian Association, EFLA, in Europe. the umbrella organization in Europe that's been fighting for the voting. It was the citizenship, dual citizenship. He was also one of the campaigners in our group, and he will first tonight. You'll be part of the meeting that will be taking place in the USA this weekend, 26th to 28th, where the President Boyka, His Excellency, will be there as well. With us tonight is Francis, who will be going there. Francis is the president of EFLA, the European Federation of Liberian Association. You will be in there to also represent Europe. You know, we were on the show last two I think 2 weeks ago. We spoke about Francis' presence, why he's not there at the meeting, but we didn't know details. So we have the detail. Francis will be flying this weekend to be part of that program. So probably we may have it live as well on the borderline, but we hope Francis is going to represent Europe. And we question why is this not happening in Liberia, happening in the US, and we have diaspora Liberian in Asia, in other part of Africa as well. And but anyway, Chairman Wetty will be giving you more detail of what's going on. So what we're trying to do now is to get to hook up onto the phone.
Well, yeah, I can then expand more. I mean, this is the first edition, I'll call it edition, of such, an event. It will be a revolving event or going forward over the years. It's my understanding that next year we will be the conference will be held in Europe. So that's what I do know for now. So we hope and pray that it stays that way, so that we can have our fellow compatriots around the world coming to Europe to engage us, as well as we interact with them on such a historic occasion. Sunday, as I learned, my understanding is that the president would be having a town hall meeting on Sunday, that where where he will engage the diaspora, and it might be some questions and answers period. So yeah.
Okay, guys, the chairman is here. Can asking questions while we're trying to put some details on. If you want to know more about the national conference, I think there's a website to that. But Paul, anyone you got questions for Chairman Francis?
Well, the thing is, I mean, Francis said it will be in Europe, but I don't know how this is going to work, because we know the coming of Donald Trump, they've been denying a lot of people traveling to America visa. So will this thing be needed for those that have that can make it to America, or those that live there already, with few people from across the globe? Because I don't see how people from Ghana, Rwanda, and other places of Africa, Liberians live all over the place. Would it make it so? Is there the handful of people from Europe, or one person from Europe and then the rest of America? I don't know. So Francis can talk to us. And what would be the message that you're taking from us to this president for this conference?
Sorry?
What would be the message that you're carrying from Europe? Because Europe want to know. You see, this is the thing.
What you want me to say? Tell me, so I can add it to what you want to say.
Well, you representing. We didn't know that.
No. I agree exactly.
Guys, can I hold you for a second? Eminent Wetty is not going through here. So what we're going to do with him? He's waiting there. I know we want to know a little bit. In the city of can't get in. Audio is not going through. You hear? We can hear you.
Yeah.
So can we put you on the audio line instead of putting you on the video? So you can go in.
Yeah, I can call him. I'll call him.
Yeah. Let's do that. So we can ask the questions and a few questions for him.
Okay.
Eminent Emmanuel Welty, if you're hearing us, we'll ask Francis to call you so you can speak to you through the audio telephone line, so we can ask any question. Is that okay with you? Because we're not hearing you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, now you're clear. Go on. Welcome once again.
No, just mute your microphone on your stuff.
On your laptop.
All right, is that okay now?
Yes, perfect.
All right.
Francis, you to keep your phone away from your microphone. Sorry, your laptop as well. So, Eminent Werty, welcome once again to the bottom line.
Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be on your show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the quick invitation. I know we are here. You are bracing for one of the biggest events, the flagship Liberian getting together in Washington D.C. this weekend. Can you tell us what is the reason behind this conference and why you intend to achieve out of the conference?
This conference is the vision of the president during his State of the Union address in January. He mentioned that as part of his administration effort to incorporate diaspora Liberian into administration, you're going to have a conference in DC. In DC in September. And this conference is the beginning of engagement with diaspora Liberian. It starts in the U.S. this year. Next year it could be in Europe. Other year it could be in Asia. Other night it could be in Australia. The president is coming to hear from us. What about our concern? We the diaspora. What do we think? How can we get involved? There's an open air to engage the president. Liberians from all walks of life will be at the conference. It starts on the 26th. The president will open the conference on the 26th. And there will be a lot of discussions that will continue on Saturday. Then on Friday will be the town hall. The town hall will be a direct involvement in the action with the president, question and answer with the president. There are 4 topics that earmarked for this conference: reconciliation, healthcare, education, and investment. But additional topic will come up, I think, global. So what we hope to achieve is an opportunity to engage the government and let them know what we want, what we think, how we can be involved, and the government will take our input and develop a policy to engage us and accommodate us.
Right. Do you hear me, Eminent Werty?
I hear you very well, sir.
Thank you. We want to just let our audience know that the echo behind it, we're trying to get His Excellency onto the program. He has problem with audio, so we do apologize for the echo behind there, but it's very important that we take questions from him. This is one of the Mr. Dollar is with me to now report the law show to play. We'll be asking you questions. Just want to throw the second questions. Mr. Werty, you are one of the recognized faces in terms of fighting for diaspora right, and also talking about the last time we heard you were fighting to make sure Liberians in the diaspora have dual citizenship together with EFLA and other Liberian organizations in diaspora. One of the major concerns EFLA is raising is, like, I think I didn't hear you mention that, is voting rights for Liberia. Is this something you'll be putting forward to the president?
Yeah, it's one of the things that we will be putting forward. Other country voting, that question will be asked, and we expect the diaspora leader to engage the president on that.
Right. Yeah. So, Mr. Doyle, do you have any question for our eminent representative?
Yeah, definitely. I have a question for him.
Go on, please.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to acknowledge you on this here, because what will be the guarantees of the government asking people to go and do investment in the country when the other people that are already there are established and they are witch hunting them?
He's gone mute. We're not hearing you again.
You hear me?
Can you hear me?
I think we have a terrible audio, echo.
Look at his microphone area there and see the adjustment, whether he can make adjustment on his own laptop.
Anyway,
Is that me?
It's not. I think it's coming from Francis. He's having a laptop as well as the. Francis need to lower his mic.
Francis, me.
Yeah, Francis is the one that coming through. What we could do, if Paul is following, Paul, can you call Eminem Wetty so you'll be easier because Paul can take off directly from you. Paul, if you're listening, could you take contact the Eminem Wetty so you can call him direct? When I 1 or 2 questions for him before letting him go, please. Paul, if you are with us, could you get the call because we're having some bad, very terrible feedback from Francis connection.
Yeah.
But Eminem can talk.
Yeah, but the feedback is terrible.
Let's try. Be talking in the meantime. I calling.
Okay. Mr. Donald just posed a question, Mr. Wetty.
Yeah,
Did you hear him, Mr. Donald? We might repeat yourself.
Yeah, I can re-ask the question again if we.
Go on, please. Ask your question again, please. Didn't hear you well.
Did you hear me?
Mr. Dollar, go ask your question, please.
Look, I just asked a question. You said that they're going to be an investment. The president will ask the Liberian in the diaspora to go and do some investment in the country. So what would be the guarantees of those people that will be going to Liberia to do investment when those are already being established? They got the companies and things there, they are being witch-hunt because they're not how the ruling establishment. What would be the guarantee?
Can you explain to me what you mean by witch hunt?
The witch hunt is some of the companies that are existing right now. They're going after them, coming up with a regulation that's not in the interest of the masses. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't have privilege to that information, but I do know from what the brother have told me is that some of the regulations in there don't support or don't encourage investment. So if we get down to the government to give them some kind of break or some kind of help, that would be good. Let's take, for example, someone from the diaspora is coming with some business. I think they want a tax break. They want a tax break, and some of the red tape, I'm going through some of the red tape. That kills the business process. So the hoping that we can talk to the government to help it up and to have a better deliver because there are some that who come directly and invest.
Yeah, my second question is, can I give you my second question, please?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my second question is, what is the guarantee of the people that are going to do investment when the government, the ruling establishment does not respect the rule of law? The evidence is the court issue that going on now and how the government handle the parliament burning issue, the house of the capital building. And the president keep pushing the situation, knowing fully well that there's irregularities in the term of investigation and even the removal of the past Speaker of the House, and things did not go the way it's supposed to be done. There was no rule of law. What guarantee the government will give it to the people that are going to do their hard-hand investment in the country when they are not respecting the rule of law?
Yeah, so I don't speak for the government. I don't represent the government.
Yeah, you're representing us. Can you give the government that question?
Yes, I mean, if that's the question you want to ask the government, you have your president on the show. He's coming to the conference. He can represent your view. If I say I represent the view of that view, then people from Australia want to represent their view. The people from Ghana also. My duty here is to make sure your president has the opportunity to air your view. The same way I'm going to have the president from Canada to air the views of those that are living in Canada. I'm going to have the president from Australia to do the same. So if you have something on the issue of your view and what you think, I think the rightful person and the able person will be the president of APLAC. I can take it with the conference. I can do that, but I can't represent your views at the conference. I did not say your views are not good. I gave him a position does not require me to represent your views. Your president will do your president will be one of the best leaders in the diaspora. Where respected. And you will do the program. You have an opportunity to speak.
Okay, thank you. I think Paul, if you had a question, just to remind our listeners and also those who are watching us right now, this is the Born Liberia. We have with us eminent Emmanuel S. Wetty. He's also part of the National Diaspora Conference, Liberian National Diaspora Conference, taking place this weekend, 26th to 28th of September in Washington, D.C. And he's giving us some more information about what's going to happen or what we expect. The focus will be national healing, reconciliation, sustainable development, and it's a flagship event, a landmark event in the country. I think Paul, the eminent brother is here with us tonight. I know you know him; he's a very familiar face to this platform. I know if you were to ask him now, we had a question last time. Want somebody that will be talking to us. Why is it that this conference is happening in the USA? It's not happening somewhere. You want to the person that put the question. Now he's with us. You ask him.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you, Chairman Wetty. Welcome back to the bottom line discussion, man. It's been a while. Since the dual citizenship, you guys got a dual citizenship. Now you ran away from us. That's right. That's right. Good to see you. I was just arguing with Francis before you came on about the situation with Donald Trump not allowing people to enter the U.S. How this conference going to be like? Because Liberians not only from the western part, but we got Liberians in Africa, Ghana, Rwanda. Are they coming in, or is just based on those who live in the West?
Very excellent question. Very excellent question. The visa issue is a key thing. We were trying to get the president of Ghana, and we're trying to get the president for Rwanda to come. By the time we get to the protocol and everything, it was very late. And there was no need to invest. So, arrangement I made for the president of Ghana, Julius Ramos, to speak to the conference by way of technology. So she will be speaking to the conference. But right now, I'm talking to you, we're trying to get somebody from Asia. So I'm appealing to this platform. If you can find a Liberian community leader in Asia, we will make arrangement for the speak to the conference. So as it stands right now, we will have Liberia from around the globe to speak at the conference except Asia. And I'm trying to get someone from Asia, but I'm not talking to them. So the visa issue here is a problem, but by the time the decision was made, it was just too late. And we're hoping that we learn from this process, and next time we'll do better. On the issue of the journey of Washington, D.C., this is the quest. Except as we also to display the president speaking at the United Nations. So this week is the United Nations week. The president is there, and his team is there. So that's why we selected this time for the president to be here. Next year, they are planned for the to be here outside the United States. They are planned. And don't cut me on him, don't put me on him, but get me a drafting and hearing that will really true. I can't tell you for fact. But the then downfall conference will be true. And that shows for fact that that's what I'm hearing. And those who make the decision will make the decision to find that way. But this is an annual conference and it will be protected.
Right. Right. Thank you for that. But Chairman, I want to push you a little bit on something that you and my president in Europe that you could push on the government as well. Since you're talking about development and want to have Liberians in the diaspora going back home with business and all that, we have the issue with the free port of Monrovia, where they talking about the CTM and all those people carrying goods in. It's difficult for people to establish something. I heard you saying about maybe there could be an incentive for Liberians in the diaspora. Is that something that I want both for you to push this out on the government, that if Liberians coming in with business, they should look at them, because in other countries it's happening. If we get something like people not going after our container, I think it will help the country better because we're bringing jobs in. So the CTM group, the people of Monrovia is something that if you can push on the government, that Liberians coming in, they won't come in with businesses, but sometimes they get stuck at the free port of Monrovia. So is that something that he could look at, and it would be a good thing for Liberians who want to establish business in Liberia?
Yeah, that's a very good thing. The man is not isolated. We hear that across every Liberia that's concerned with the people, the incentive, all of this. So what we are seeing, these leaders that want to speak at the conference to air the view of the area. You know, like your president will be speaking, and you say, look, I'm here, I'm going to present in Europe, and these are the concern. And that will be one intervention. And you'll be surprised to do that. What other politicians?
Okay.
All right. I think we're trying to ask one more question because of
one more before Jamal. With this conference, will it be broadcast for some of us that will not be attending to listen to what is happening?
Oh yes, it will be happening. There's a virtual part of the conference. And if you want to participate in the virtual part, you can register. It's open, and the link will be sent to you, so you can have access to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamal?
I will ask the president if you can drop the conference website in the chat room, or you guys can play around. Just go and register virtually, and then you have to stay ready to speak. You guys see when you participate.
Yeah, thank you. We just had the website on the screen of the program right now. If you just joining us and you want to know more about the National Diaspora Conference in the U.S. organized by Liberians in the diaspora, this is a chair. The planning committee chair is Ambassador Elmont L. Dunn. I think, if you want to know more, because of the terrible feedback and the poor quality of our audio, we can't hear from the chairman. And you can always visit the website, it's libdiasporaconference.org. libdiasporaconference.org. That's the website. You can check it and know more about it if you want to know more. And you can always, there's a contact information that you can also ask. Chairman Weti, I think I got two more questions before you leave us. I think my colleagues want to ask one because of the time. I want to first thank you for coming. And this is one of the things, I think the only president I know so far was Ellen, who has an office for Liberian diaspora, but there was nothing of such, like a landmark event of such to be organized outside where the president will bless it. And the question will be, what measurable delivery will you expect from this conference?
First thing, let me come and say, has diaspora office within the presidency, Mr. Erasmus Williams.
Okay.
Is the head of the diaspora in the presidency diaspora team. Very, very serious. I understand your concern. What flexible access we will use to better discuss the conference. I can tell you, what we will do is to present the view of diaspora Liberia through the office of Mr. Williams, the president. And it is our hope that the president is able to develop policy around that. There's no way I can tell you that you have to measure whether our suggestion and then all we can say will follow through. Because if we documentation, and we have to present the document to the president, and with all these things and follow through. So the next directional conference, you can say, oh, well, the last conference we said this thing, and then we have get done. I mean, that's the only best I can do.
All right. Guys, any question for the chairman before letting you go? Because I think we want to one more question, Mr. Dole, Paul, then we can summarize.
Yeah, one more question.
Yeah, go on, Mr. Dole.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Chairman, is it possible for us to prepare our package and give to our European president to take it down there to be read in a conference?
The president and you can decide how you want to submit.
Exactly.
Thank you. So, but there's no way that anybody can easily ask the president or whoever is the host in there in terms of question and answer period.
Yeah, the conference is a virtual conference, so you can go online and register for virtual, and you have to link.
Yeah, I mean, during the program, if question and answer period, if people will be allowed to ask questions. So
that's what he said, Father. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, then. We want to say, first, anything you want to add before we let our chairman to go?
Express my appreciation to the chairman of the conference, Pastor Don, for allowing me to come and represent the conference here. I didn't come as my own will, as a consultant with you. And you have that come. I'm the chairman for the diaspora outreach for this conference. And I also want to say, thank you for your participation and your involvement. IFLA and us have come a very long way from advocating for U.S. citizenship, now advocating for other countries moving, now being involved in the diaspora conference. So IFLA is a player in the diaspora. And I strongly believe in the leadership of IFLA. You do it very well for you all. I want to thank you for Erasmus Williams for the leadership in the president office. I think you will do it. Thank you, Father, of the Lord, and thank you, Diaspora,
thank you very much, Chairman. Thanks for coming on a short notice to tell us much about the National Diaspora Conference taking place in Washington, D.C. That was His Excellency Eminent Emmanuel Wetty, live from the USA, talking to the Border Liberia on the National Conference taking place. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Eminent.
Mr. Wendy,
right.
Thank you very much.
We just joining on once again, the Border Liberia. That was Emmanuel S. Wetty, chairman of the Diaspora Unit Wing, who has been on the face of Liberian, working with EFLA and the European Federation Liberia Association to make sure diaspora rights and others things are protected and are also carry on. He's been always in and out of Europe. He was with us to tell us about what's going to happen this weekend. The Liberian National Diaspora Conference is taking place in Washington, D.C. from the 26th to the 28th of September. With us tonight is His Excellency Francis Mono Mensah, who is EFLA president, and he will be in Washington, D.C. to represent Europe. So, Francis, we'll give you the last statement, then we can able to wrap up for tonight.
Oh, man, thank you again, guys, for the opportunity to be here tonight. I just want to say that if you have any concerns that you want me to raise at the conference, you can reach me through my WhatsApp or through my WhatsApp or my personal number. Those who know me and those who do not, we have the EFLA's page. You can reach out there, and if you reside in Europe, you can reach out in there and post your concerns, and I will definitely let the President of the Republic of Liberia know that that you guys have these specific issues that you want to be addressed. Yeah. So again, I want to thank you all for this evening. It was very interactive. It was very, very educative, and that let us keep the engagement, positive, and the momentum up coming towards 2029. We hope that that people can have the right person to govern the country. We have all the resources. We have all the skills and competencies, and we cannot allow our country to continue to be in a very state of, for me, I'll call it a stalemate forever. We cannot go forward, we cannot move backward. So I just thank you guys again, and hey, have a good week and a good night. If you don't see again, you hear from me from DC.
Thank you, and I wish you a very safe travels to the U.S. And we want to wish you the best, Senior President. And Paul.
Before I go, let me just thank the organizers again quickly for social support. They have supported us, assisted us in the process as well. EFLA does not have money, so they have done well, facilitated the travel. So and hotels and stuff. So
you want to take me with you to eat some hamburger, man? What's wrong with this guy?
No, so one thing we ask that EFLA gives on per dime or something, So, but no, it is what it is, So, yeah. But I want to thank them. We are grateful, and we hope to see more of this engagement in the future.
That's very good, gentlemen. That's very good to hear. That EFLA should be representing Liberians in Europe in many of the major conferences. I think EFLA should be able to. I think we hope in the future EFLA should be able to have some money to support the reps that are traveling across the globe to make sure to represent us and present our views to the people out there. EFLA should be working together. People think EFLA is making money. I think that they are not. They are interest group for Liberians in diaspora, and we should do everything possible to support them to make sure our representatives go and represent us in our best interest. But once again, Francis, thank you for bringing Eminent Emmanuel Wetty to us to give. I know we're sorry, audience. We're sorry for the bad quality, but we want to have him. It was very important. I think after the conference, we may also want to have him to tell us the outcome of the conference. What do you expect? How will these promises be kept? So those are things we would like to know at the end of the conference. But anyway, we want to wish them well in organizing. So all I want to give me a last your final takeaways for Paul. Then we can call a day.
All right. Thank you very much. I have a few suggestions to make to Francis, who been the president of.
Please send it to me through text. I'm writing it down.
Mr. Dollar, you can call him. You say you want to call him. Tell him.
You can text me.
Right. I will text you my opinions.
Yeah. I want opinion. I want suggestions.
That's what I'm saying. That's my suggestions. I'm talking.
Okay
about.
Then.
Yeah, I'm going to give you my suggestions on your trip to America on behalf of the Liberian community in Europe.
No, on your own. You give your personal information, Mr. Dollar. You tell what you think you need to happen. That's what happened. You don't speak for them because you're not the president.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
All right.
I just want to ask Francis, have you have a short discussion with few Liberian community leaders in Europe for the trip?
No, not ready.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I will
so
read
you'll talk that.
You'll talk later. You'll discuss that later. All right.
Paul, that's some suggestions for you for Saturday to take with you too.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
You guys can discuss that. Paul, what's the takeaway for tonight's show? Yeah.
Well, I think it was a very good show tonight. The interactive was very great, and I'm pleased to hear that the Western countries that have been denying the rights of the Palestinian people have now come to realize that it's time that they recognize it as a state. So it's a good news, and I hope that they do something that those people can have their own country, and then they live by each other in peace and harmony. And also to our president giving his speech in the UN, and the people were so rude on him. I think that was disrespect. United Nations should apologize to Liberia for making fool out of our president, which I'm really not happy with. Now, the coming of George Weah, I think CDC, the government is pushing CDC for them to be the next government. They should stop the police, the partisan police should stop making these guys relevant. They were there for 6 years. They did nothing, absolutely nothing. They were dancing buka, making music in studio. They didn't do anything to better the lives of people. They shouldn't give them a relevancy in our new political, what a big word to use, political cycle that is coming. Yeah, so they should forget about the CDC. George Weah had the 6 years as president, the most famous child of that land, to change the lives of many people. But he refused. He was in studio every day making music. We don't want somebody that coming back again to come make another music. So CDC, the United Parties should not give George Weah the relevant platform for his coming back. I would say it that way. So on other note, the program is good. And I think it's the one of the things that Cummings did is good, to put the government feet to fire, that they ran their campaign on drugs that are going to get rid of Kush, and now we get Zombie, and now we get SPAC that are killing young people. So the government need to do something for our security's sake. Now this have nothing to do with politics. It's about them taking action. And I hope my president could speak on that conference to talk about he took action, he did drug tests, and want the drug situation to come to an end now. That's my point. And that was a good show.
Once again, I want to say thank you very much, wherever you join us from. There has been the Born in Liberia, coming to you live from Europe. My name is Jamal Kamara. Francis Monomensa from Sweden was with us tonight. Mr. Maurice Yankuba Dole from Manchester as well. Paul DeLoach from based in London. I want to say good evening to everyone who joined us, who took the time to be with us. And a special thanks to our chairperson, eminent Emmanuel S. Wetty, who is the co-chair on the Diaspora Affairs, who was here tonight as our impromptu guest to tell us the national conference taking place this weekend, 26, 28 September 2025, Washington, D.C., Liberia National Diaspora Conference. Want to wish our president, Francis Mensah, a safe travels to USA and wishing a better conference. And want to wish you thank you very much. Want to leave you with the Born in Liberia. See you on Friday. We'll see you again. Thank you very much. Have a blessed evening.